Donald Trump has been banned from both Twitter and Facebook since January of this year, and we have seen him go through various iterations of things trying to get around it. Right? We have seen him issue those idiotic statements from the desk of the 45th president, and people weren't paying as much attention to those. So then he started his blog, and that lasted a hot month before he shut that thing down because, again, nobody was reading it. So he was really struggling to come up with a way to get the world to pay attention to what he had to say. And it appears he may have found a loophole to his Twitter banishment. And that loophole comes in the form of his new spokesperson, Liz Harrington. Over the last few weeks, Ms. Harrington has been sharing statements from Donald Trump, and Twitter is essentially helpless to do anything about it. So even though Trump himself may not have a Twitter account, he may not be able to pull out his phone and send out the tweets himself, he can send the statements to his spokesperson, who then sends them out for the world to see. Now here's the thing. Over the last few months, Twitter has cracked down and banned other accounts that have been doing the same thing. Some of those accounts were at DJTDesk, at DJ Trump Desk, and at Desk of DJT, and at Desk of Trump 1. They were doing nothing but tweeting out Trump's statements. They got banned as well because Twitter says, hey, you can't basically try to find a workaround to our banishment. And if you're tweeting out statements solely from an individual that's been banned, you get banned as well. Harrington doesn't have that problem because Harrington is actually a real person. She's not just tweeting out Donald Trump statements, and therefore Twitter is effectively helpless to do anything about it. And to be honest, as much as I do not want Trump back on social media, I also don't think you can ban Liz Harrington, and I don't think you should, to be honest. Because that point is when you hit the slippery slope that so many others have, whoa, it's a slippery slope banishment. No, banning her would be the slippery slope. Because then you run the risk of anyone, a newspaper, tweeting a quote from Donald Trump, The Hill, which does it constantly about all lawmakers. They run the risk of being banished at that point, and that's not okay. So no, Liz Harrington cannot and should not be banned from social media. So how do we fight back? It's simple. I'm going to pull a quote from The Simpsons here. Just don't look. I know, that sounds simple, right? Maybe a little oversimplified. But seriously, why are we not doing that? Just don't look. Don't interact with it. Don't retweet it. Don't do segments on it, which I admit. Actually, I will admit, I have not done any segments on Ms. Harrington other than this. But that's what we have to do. If we want these things to lose their power, we simply don't look. We simply don't engage. We don't interact with it. We don't put out news articles pretending that they're actually stories when the president says something stupid through Liz Harrington. It takes some self-control. It takes a little restraint because I know a lot of these outlets, and they're outlets I love, by the way, they thrive on clicks. It's literally what keeps them in business. And hey, Trump is good for business, let's be honest. But sometimes for the greater good, you have to sacrifice that. Stop covering the idiotic statements that Trump is making through Liz Harrington, and you take away any need for Twitter to ban her and start us on that slippery slope. That's the solution to this. The question is, how many outlets out there and how many users on Twitter have the courage, patience, and will to make that happen? Guess we'll have to wait and see.